This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Port bound.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. It is exactly 50 seconds to midnight. Hard left. Get up for Mayday. Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Oh, my God.
That's our only chance.
Don't listen to him! We've got to stay here till help arrives.
Help from where? From the captain? He's dead.
The boat tilted and he fell. The shaft blew up and he's dead. And that's it. Or do you want to make something more out of it?
Johnny, keep your eyes on the ladder. Don't look at anything except the ladder.
I want you to give this to our little grandson, huh?
Why, I'm going somewhere you're not going?
Hold it. Do you know what a flash fire is? Well, mister, I'm not going to let you kill us.
I'm going through that door, Mr. Rocco. You need to stand aside and close that door to keep the air from coming in, or you can try to stop me. I was going to get everybody out of here, and damn it, I'm going to do it!
At midnight on New Year's Eve, the SS Poseidon, caught in a violent Mediterranean storm, is struck by a 90-foot tidal wave and capsized. On the morning of the following day, a salvage crew and a special rescue squad board the doomed ship.
The fire must have been started by the last explosion. More could come any time. I'm telling you, it's a floating time bomb.
They discover that she holds 3 secrets. A billion-dollar treasure, a deadly cargo of plutonium, and 11 trapped survivors.
That porthole's gonna go at any moment. Gotta find another way out of here. And right now.
Caught between the decks, beneath the ocean, beyond the Poseidon Adventure. Michael Caine, Sally Field, Telly Savalas, Peter Boyle, Jack Warden, Shirley Knight, Slim Pickens, Angela Cartwright, Mark Harmon, Shirley Jones, Carl Malden.
You can take whatever you want from this ship, but these people have come a long way, and all they want right now is to get the hell out of here alive.
I'd never intended to harm anyone, Captain. As you must realize, I can't let you go now.
Rage beyond endurance. Suspense beyond belief. And excitement beyond the Poseidon Adventure. Irwin Allen's production of Beyond the Poseidon Adventure.
Welcome. Here I am for another Cult Mini franchise review. So, we're talking about the Poseidon Adventure. So, this 70s movie. It's a hot mess, but it's a great kind of hot mess. Again, Irwin Allen, everyone should check out his disaster movies, especially if you hate disaster movies, because you can't claim to be a fan of the genre and not like at least one of his movies. Whether it's in a so bad it's good way or what have you, it is what it is. So, the original comes on Turner Classic Movies and the HBO stations nonstop. How can it not? It came out in 1972 and was followed by its sequel in 1979 called Beyond the Poseidon Adventure. Part 1 has one hell of a cast. Ernest Borgnine, Gene Hackman, Shelley Winters, Leslie Nielsen as the captain, Rodney McDowell, Pamela Sue Martin. Yeah, one hell of a plot. The plot is basically just an excuse to just see how just batshit crazy they can get. 9 people exploring a cruise ship and literally turns their life upside down. That's how you say it. But I think what made the whole plot line just interesting was just that the cast just believed in the material, and that just kept you watching, because there's nothing in this you can take seriously at all. But yet, again, it's just the effects and stunts and overacting is just icing on the cake for fans who like trashy movies like this. I will say the sequel is pretty underrated, where but years later people must check it out and investigate the ship, and of course they find treasure, and there's a bunch of other violent people and thieves who don't want to share this at all. It's very underrated for what it is, and of course it was helmed by Irwin Allen himself. It has one hell of a cast. Many people say this sunk his career, pun intended, but I didn't mind it. It was a pretty amusing shitfest, and had Sally Field of all people, Michael Caine, being Michael Caine, and Telly Savalas on an off day from Kojak, Peter Boyle, Jack Warden from 12 Angry Men, Shirley Jones, Veronica Hamel 2 years before Hill Street Blues, and Carl Malden from The Streets of San Francisco, Slim Pickens from Dr. Strangelove, and pre-fame Mark Harmon about 3 years before St. Elsewhere, and years before NCIS. I don't mind this one at all. It is way more enjoyable to fans who just are used to seeing B pictures that borrow from the Dog Day Afternoon, Die Hard kind of formula, and just putting it in an adventure formula just made sense. I'll never claim that it's like an absolute must-see movie, but it's underrated for those looking for a cheesy B picture. And, after Irwin just kept trying to just capitalize on the success of this and the Earthquake and the Towering Inferno, I definitely would put this at least up there with the first Airport and obviously the first Poseidon and Towering Inferno. But, to each their own. They're hardly as bad as what we're about to get into. So in 2005, they redid it again as a mini-series for Hallmark Channel.
On behalf of the entire Dulcet Cruise family, I'd like to welcome you aboard to the SS Poseidon. Poseidon is without a doubt the finest vessel I've yet helmed. It is completely state-of-the-art, as you shall soon see. So sit back, enjoy yourselves, relax, and leave everything else to an excellent crew and myself. Bon voyage. Marshal Rogo, your Homeland Security people sent you this minutes ago.
The cruise industry is never been safer.
Everything's safe till it isn't. There's been a homicide. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Never on a cruise ship. What are you doing?
This ship is under our control. Stay where you are.
Noble, you said there were 2 charges. Where's the second?
We only have minutes to find that charge.
Not one of you will live to see the morning.
And it was a pretty watchable yet unremarkable movie, where it just pretty much played up that the whole place was just a giant casino, and it's very messy. It was like a 2-part 3-hour movie. It had a huge ass cast: Brian Brown from FX, C. Thomas Howell, Peter Weller from RoboCop as the captain, Alex Kingston from ER, and of course, lo and behold, Steve Guttenberg, Rutger Hauer as a angry priest, and Adam Baldwin from Full Metal Jacket and Independence Day as the security guard / unlikely hero. It's a stupid shit fest, but it's a pretty watchable, again, B picture and fun connection. C. Thomas Howell's father, Chris Howell, actually worked on the original Poseidon Adventure, so there's a connection. It's a pretty straightforward B picture. I like how they upgraded it and decided to be pretty clever by having it be kind of more of a cyber thriller. Once again, it's not something I would rush out and see, but I've seen it a few different times just because it just was coming on TV a lot. I'm surprised it didn't even air on Sci-Fi Channel a few different times. I've seen way worse. This is a pretty decent lowbrow entry, and it's way better than what we're about to get into. So, lo and behold, the last movie in this semi-franchise, or shall we say reboot of a same story done to death, is Poseidon. So from 2006, this was a big budget production.
Poseidon was the god of the sea. What better way to celebrate the birth of a new year than born on the back of the old fellow himself?
Do you feel that? Something's off.
You stay here or you die! I'm losing it!
We will be safe.
Started pre-Shameless fame, Emily Rossum, Kurt Russell being Mr. Hero. Once again, Josh Lucas. Who the fuck is he? Well, he's a guy who's always a reliable character actor, but just not well used. Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, Freddie Rodriguez from Death Proof, Kevin Dillon, and Andre Braugher from Homicide as the captain. Yeah, this is a shit fest. What a lovely cast. Question mark. And, you know, Wolfgang Peterson of Air Force One and Outbreak and Enemy Mine fame, you know, was helming this. And you thought it would be at least a fun, just kind of maybe he might sneak in some homages to his classic, you know, Das Boot or maybe have some of the same claustrophobic moments as Air Force One. No such luck. I was never crazy about The Perfect Storm, but I at least respected it. Troy, it's a like it or hate it movie with some great battles, but I recommend the director's cut. But I don't fault on anyone who does not care for that one. This one, there's no defending this. I don't hear him talk about it at all. I don't know if it was just a disaster or what have you, but yeah, just the CGI doesn't stand out, and it also does not convince. You look at all the other people who were attached to this, and you're just like, good. And apparently Richard Dreyfuss made waves back in 2017 by tweeting on Twitter that he did this movie just to get his son been into college. He just plays basically the asshole of the gang. Just there's always going to be someone who's a douchebag who you're waiting to have die, and he's the one here. Yeah, no, this whole thing, I've seen it twice and I forget it every time. It is a shit fest. You can often see it on something like AMC or maybe TNT on a late night. It's been playing on the HBO stations for whatever reason lately, and it's now currently on Netflix. Don't watch it. Don't fucking watch it at all. It's an absolute disaster from beginning to end, and I really don't even know why it got any decent kind of reviews from critics. What the fuck were they watching? It's a misfire of many proportions. We didn't expect much because, the original 270s films were just that. They were outdated, but very just energetic movies of that time that had some kind of, technical proficiency, and again, made good use of the cast of characters. Yeah, at least liked the journey, even though half the stuff on screen was bullshit. And again, the miniseries from 2005, that was just fun. It was just meant to be just that, something you saw on a Saturday or Sunday evening and just went to sleep afterwards being fulfilled. It was junk food. And this, this could have been junk food, but it was just, we're harder on it because it's just very dull. And, you pretty much the budget went to the actors and special effects. But again, we didn't expect the biggest store in the world, but something's wrong if you just are so just emotionally attached to anything, and you just are looking for it to get long done before the credits have even stopped rolling. So I definitely blame the script on this. Mark Petroshevic, he's rewritten I Am Legend. He's also written The Cell and the Old Boy remake and Thor. So was a script consultant on Jurassic World, all kinds of fell. So this is definitely his biggest turkey to date because he had no one else to blame but himself for scripting this shitfest. So solely out. That's enough talking about this sinking ship of epic proportions.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small-town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and foodie debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up